I am going to blind rank 10 of my favorite new manga. I find it very difficult to do. First, I will spin a wheel that is completely randomized, and then second, I will place that story on a top 10 list, putting it in a position that can't be moved, not knowing what's going to come next. This is a very small batch of a lot of series that I read, so if you would like to see this with more and different series and eventually a massive 50, 60, 70 odd spin the wheel type list, please let me know. Also, if you enjoy the video or find yourself coming back on the regular, why not leave a like and subscribe? This is the manga wheel. All of these stories I find to be fantastic. I love them, and when I was trying to think of stories that could kind of compete with each other, I wanted it to be kind of even. I didn't put too much thought into it, I didn't want to pre-rank this, but I wanted it to be a bit of a struggle, not a slam dunk in the park. This one's going last, this one's going first, easy, dunzo. It's difficult. I read all these stories weekly, alongside a litany of others, but I decided to mix up the process just with different genres and things, and ones that I enjoy a lot and ones that I'm kind of like, okay, this is fine, to make it fair. I've shuffled these, I'm not sure what's going to happen next, and the hardest one is always the first. I don't really know what I would want out of this. Something either really good that I can confidently put at the top, or something potentially towards the bottom. Let's start. Well, I almost got what I wanted. Tower Dungeon's a hard one. Oh man, starting here is a difficult place. So if you don't know what Tower Dungeon is, it's by the same author that did Blame. And so of course there's a lot of love and respect there already. And it's this deep fantasy, it's brutal, it's gorgeous, it's brimming to life artistically. Everything about this story is super fun to read. Unfortunately, it's a monthly. A lot of the times with monthly stories, if I'm not super hooked into it, it's difficult for me to follow because I'm reading so much. So sometimes I tuck it away in the corner and come back to it eventually. Tower Dungeons, unfortunately, is one of those stories. So it's going to be on the lower end of the list. I think I can comfortably put it at, let's say, number 9. I'm not entirely sure what one I would want next. Maybe an easy one to rank high, just to split the list more. This is the worst one to get. Genuinely, this is the worst one to get, because I love this story, but it's not at the bottom of the list. Blue Proustian Moment is super fun. Unfortunately, it's ending at the beginning of November, which is really sad, but it kind of felt like a story that didn't really have a lot of staying power. Like you could finish it, 3, 4, maybe 5 volumes. Of course, you could expand it into much bigger things, but it really just felt like a nice, simple, beautiful story. We love Yuri, we love women, we love when women love other women, especially when it's in that weird, awkward category, taking very polar opposite personalities and walks of life and smashing them together. A very short story, but very sweet. I've absolutely adored it. If I were to put it anywhere, it'd have to be somewhere in the middle. It wouldn't be at the bottom for me because I've enjoyed it so much. I'd have to put it at I'd say number 6. Alright, give me something I can work with. Give me an easy one. An easy one. This is not easy. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Centuria has been a surprise. I really enjoy it. It has a bit of odd to it though, a bit of jank, which I believe is the author's inexperience, which is perfectly okay. I just don't know where to put it on my ranking. It's not above Blue PM. It'd have to be below it. Is it below Tower Dungeon? Is it last? I don't think it is. I fairly enjoy Centuria. I'm gonna keep it simple and put it at number 8. If you don't know nothing about Centuria, it's kind of medieval, it's got superpowers, it's got this weird pinch of Hunter x Hunter to it. It's really fun, very brutal and gritty. It has a lot of Outer God influence, which I really love. There's a lot to work with, and we kind of just got over a really massive arc, so I'm excited to see where the story goes from here. A lot of big revelations. There's room for this story to skyrocket up my list, and I'm having a fun time with it, so I think 8 is very comfortable. Ichi the Witch. Ichi the Witch will be my prediction. That's the one I'm guessing. Nowhere near it. Actually, nowhere near it. Ishida is my guy. I love him. I glaze him. Tokyo Ghoul is where I started. It's the reason why I'm making videos today. There is no other place that I think I can actually put this other than number 1. Because I'm not putting it number 2, that just feels weird. Choujin X is fantastic. It's not just because I love Ishida as an author, but man, there's something about the way he writes, his characters, his world, his powers, theme, the energy, energy that comes across. Like, there's so much beautiful work that goes into his stories, and Choujin X is like the freest manga I have ever seen. Like, if you want to see an author that has supposedly no editors, no assistants, no help, no guidance, no nothing, it's literally just him working on this story, releasing it whenever he wants with however many pages he wants, this is a story for you. It's insane, and I will glaze it till the day I die. Choujin X, number 1. Alright, give me like Ichi or Kagurabachi. I'll take either or. I got none of them. Seriously. None. I'm on the complete other side of the wheel. This is kind of hard now because where would I put Mad? I love Mad. A surprising amount too. Like, it's pretty basic idea-wise, conceptually, but I really like its execution. It reminds me of like a young Fujimoto, which sounds weird because Fujimoto's pretty young, but it reminds me of an early Fujimoto, like raw and rough around the edges, but the dialogue, the facial expressions, the quirky quippiness, sometimes campiness about some of the things that this story does really just does remind me of that. And I love that it has nothing to do with Fujimoto, but maybe there's just a lot of inspiration there. Mad is a apocalyptic world where humans are struggling to survive. There's an alien invasion wiping out everything that literally looks like a xenomorph. I love that. And suddenly you have this crazy blend of like Attack on Titan with Titan shifters, humans turning into those alien hybrids, which are these like monstrosity beings, fully armored alien hybrids, which can fight back not only against the aliens, but also other humans and hybrids. It's a very disgusting, brutal world, but so far it has been amazing. I love reading this story. I'm gonna put it really, really high. It might surprise a lot of people. Number 3. Surely I get Ichi the Witch this time. Oh my god, see, I'm a genius. Eventually, Ichi the Witch is easily, out of all of these stories, other than Choujin X, my favorite. Like, if Choujin X wasn't at number 1, Ichi would be there. So it's a kind of an unfair list. There's something about Ichi that, I don't know, just hits different. Maybe it's the way the author writes, because I've heard she does phenomenal with Aruma-kun, her other story. Maybe because I'm a big lover and glazer of Shiro Usazaki, who was the artist for Act Age, and now she's finally being able to, you know, come back swinging and show what she's made of again. So I'm supporting it. And I love it. And it's just one of those stories that you can't hate. It's really fantastic. It's a really fun time. It has so much potential to be even bigger than what it is now. What's not to love? Fantasy story, world where women only have magical abilities and suddenly a boy gets magical abilities and he's the first male witch. A ton of fashion in it, so everyone's dripped out. They look amazing. A fun time. Honestly, it's got everything that I would want from like a weekly Shonen Jump story in this field. For that, Ichi the Witch, you are my number 2. So we're down to the final 4. We're kind of to the wire. I'm not entirely sure where I want things. Maison is an interesting pick. Maison in the Man in the Apartment is a curveball for me. It's definitely a surprise. Going into this story, I didn't really expect all too much of it, and I hope it doesn't get cancelled or, you know, ends shortly or whatever. I'm not too sure how popular it is, but I believe a lot more people should be reading it because it's super fascinating. I love a good mystery. I love the uniqueness of the concept of the story. It's something that you will not be reading anywhere else. Maison is, to put simply, about a singular apartment at the end of the world within the last second of the world kind of destroying itself and resetting. And within that last second, it's within a time loop. This is where the apartment stands. So within that loop, humans have managed to make it work and live within this apartment, and they have a bunch of weird creatures and guys and just fellas and things in there that obviously are not normal, but it works. People function, and our main character, Maison, is this young girl who becomes the landlord of this apartment. She's chosen. She's got to figure out the weirdness of the apartment, how it works, how it functions, while other people are trying to point her in a different direction and hide things away from her. It's a really big mystery with a lot of weird things going on, and it's super fun to read. I glaze it up really high, but I don't think it's going to be in the top 5. Would I put it above Blue Proustian? You know what, maybe I put it right below it. I would put it at number 7. The final 3 is looking interesting. Ruri Dragon, love this story. If you're not reading it, you're missing out. This is like peak slice of life. Like, you're reading this for the humor, you're reading this for the beautiful dialogue that it has. Because when I say it has beautiful dialogue, I mean it. There's probably some of the best dialogue I've seen in a long time. It's so natural and flowy and engaging and fun and chaotic. There's just so much going for Ruri Dragon, and I'm glad that it stuck around through all of the author's health issues that they had, and they had to take a huge break for like a year, 2 years. It was a rough time. But I'm glad to see it back and it's shining, and a lot of people really love it. Japan is huge on this story, so if you're not reading Ruri Dragon, you're missing out. Out of all the spots left, it's definitely not last. It has to be 5th. Alright, we have the last 2 stories. Polar opposites on the list. We have a 10 position and a 4 position. I think they might be pretty obvious, but I find it funny, a little bit unfair. Hero Organization is mechs in space with aliens, and Kagurabachi is nuclear swords. So let's spin the wheel. Give me a... okay. Alright, it was not that either. I was going to say something, but I realized half and half. Unfortunately, Hero Org, you're in last place. I love you. I appreciate you. You're a fun story, but compared to Kagurabachi and everything else on this list, I can comfortably put you there. It's not that I hate Hero Org. I love all of these stories on this list. Just my experience with all of them, this one leads more towards the bottom. Kagurabachi jumps up to 4th place, which might be surprising for a lot of people that it's not like 2nd or 1st. I enjoy Kagurabachi, but truthfully, with all these other stories, there's a couple that I might actually put over it. If I could change the list and actually move stories, I might actually put Ruri Dragon above it, which might sound like blasphemy. I don't hate Kagurabachi. Again, I just have a lot more fun with Ruri Dragon and Mad and Ichi and Choujin X. So that's spin the wheel. That's my list, my final rankings. You might want to obliterate me, blow me up, or you might think that this is okay. I would love to see your ranking out of all these stories. So if you have read them, or maybe a couple of them, put up a ranking list together. Where would you put things? I know a lot of people are going to put Kagurabachi at number 1. That's okay. That's your story. But I'm interested in all the positions. So I'll put my list in the description so you can mix and match just a little bit easier.